Did you know that the real winners of the World Cup aren't even a football team? The winner of the Qatar World Cup will be taking home a cool $42 million. Even though this is the largest prize ever, it's a fraction of what Nike made back in 2018, where they made over $220 million in profits. And guess what? They're on track to do it again in Qatar. To make things worse, they aren't even the main sponsor. Stay to the end to find out just how they've done it and what new tactic they're using to blow the competition out of the water. Perhaps there is no occasion better for top sporting gear brands to make their mark than mega sports tournaments. And there's no better tournament than the greatest show on earth, the Football World Cup. Out of the 32 nations competing, Nike has secured deals with a massive 13. And despite the fact that Adidas happens to be the official partner of the FIFA Cup, bagging only 7 team sponsorships, Nike has already walked away with the biggest slice of the pie, and the team sponsorships are worth as much as $400 million, with the tournament sponsorship being about $70 million in comparison. And it is more than just sports gear that has decided the victors in this scenario. Apparently, Nike is great at what experts call ambush marketing. This is when a company attempts to associate itself with an event when it's not the official or authorized sponsor. And it's not been an exception, but the method with Nike that goes all the way back to the Los Angeles Olympics in 1984 and reached its most controversial moment at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, with Magic Johnson winning the record-breaking 200-meter and 400-meter gold in the same Olympic Games, wearing his infamous Nike's golden cleats. During the days leading up to the Olympics, Nike had bought all the billboards and out-of-home advertising spaces around the Games venues, which resulted in the brand's advertising being covered by the Games broadcast. Reebok was the official exclusive sponsor of the Olympic Games, but hardly anybody remembers if the brand was even involved in the event. Everyone remembers Magic Johnson's cleats though. And despite very strict laws against ambush marketing during London 2012 Olympics, Nike managed to even clinch Adidas in ad popularity through. However, it is a controversial approach and has ended up occasionally in legal disputes and public criticism. As far as the battle for the upcoming FIFA World Cup is concerned, it's been all but won out by Nike. According to Business Wire, Nike has secured the most number of individual deals for the World Cup, easily leaving behind rivals Adidas and Puma behind, earning it visibility for at least 31 games and possibly many more. Furthermore, the top 3 odds for the World Cup are all Nike-sponsored teams, with Brazil at 9-2, France at 6-1, and England at 7-1, according to Bet365. This might guarantee even better visibility across the most watched games during the competition, and technology has only helped their cause over the years. Alex Burmaster of Nielsen explains the phenomenon. Social media has made ambush marketing easier, simply because of the virality of it. Some people call it an echo chamber. Even though the global sports bodies discourage such marketing practices to protect the revenue of their official sponsors, such as restrictions around promoting brands using FIFA intellectual property. But you can't possibly put a bar on advertising altogether, which is Nike's forte. Nike spends more than $3 billion annually on advertising, and they do not settle for anything less than the best, from Tiger Woods to Serena Williams, and from LeBron James to Cristiano Ronaldo. Nike's emotional and inspirational advertising has set one sports marketing milestone after the other. Nike never shies away from embracing causes for their advertising, evident from the Colin Kaepernick Dream Crazy commercial right when the outspoken 49ers quarterback was receiving a lot of flack from conservative NFL fans, with his career on the line for taking a knee during the national anthem for his stance against police brutality in the United States. Furthermore, the striking difference that sets Nike apart from its closest competitor, Adidas, is its approach to athlete marketing. They've been at it for years, and that approach even extends to engaging sports personalities. According to Peter Rollman, a sports marketing consultant, offered an insight into the marketing minds at Nike. The players from Nike have a lot of entertainment character. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's much more a star in a broader sense than a football kicker. Lionel Messi, sponsored by Adidas, he's more of a football kicker. Bloomberg analyst Brendan Greeley breaks down the difference with which both sports giants approach their business. Adidas sponsors athletes and teams, supplies them with innovative shoes, and hopes they win. Nike does all that too, but relies less on reality. Nike has realized that while what actually happens on the pitch matters, it can also use its players to tell elegant fiction. What you, the consumer, remember matters just as much as what actually happened. Furthermore, great brands like Nike inspire and connect to people more on an emotional level and have a focus greater than just selling products. Phil McCartney, the Vice President and General Manager of Sports Footwear for Nike, weighs in on the philosophy of the brand. The game is defined by key moments, and I think when we can link product innovation to key athletes, to key moments, that's when the magic happens. Even Adidas has acknowledged that Nike is more marketing driven back in 2018. Marcus Baumann, the head of football at Adidas, does not shy away to acknowledge that in an interview with Bloomberg Business Week. Nike may not have kept its edge every single time, but this time around, it is dominating the tournament. The Oregon-based brand finally released its designs in September 2022, a couple of months before the games for the Cup kick off in Qatar. The designs are minimal with a touch of futuristic vibe. However, some fans have called the kits lazy and trash, while others have claimed that it has already ruined their World Cup. Home kits of England and Portugal particularly got the most heat for their odd and lazy design, even though the away kit was mostly met with positive, which seems like a throwback to the 1992 away kit, striped navy blue color on red. Even though not initially released by Nike, the kit got leaked on social media, and the home kit was not well received. Perhaps the most noted of the designs were from Team USA, which also attracted some criticism online. However, as reported by Fox Sports, Nike is moving past the criticism. Even Yunus Musa, the US midfielder, was not exactly sure when asked about it on a Zoom interview in August 2022. The kits are, they're the kits that they made, you know? The US players had their first taste of the design back in June for a photo shoot. He rated the design to be in the middle. However, he followed up by trying not to say anything negative about the designs. I'm sure they'll look good enough on the pitch. Senior Director Aaron Barnett had a very simple explanation for how introducing a new design works for a major tournament. People always hate the new jerseys at first. Then your team wins its first game and it's the best jersey they've ever had. Speaking to Fox News, Barnett was not surprised as it was not the first time and will most likely not be the last time. He believes that the disappointment at the new kit designs is just a ritual that repeats itself every 4 years. Barnett successfully presented the design to the US men's and women's national teams in 1998. The current men's coach, Greg Berhalter, and US Soccer President Cindy Parlow were in charge of the teams then. People will always have opinions. I remember in 1998, in the room with Cindy and Brandi Chastain and Mia Hamm. I guarantee you there were as many opinions then as we have today. Nike is used to being bashed about US men's teams' jerseys, from the denim kit in the home World Cup in 1994, which was criticized at the time and is now a fond memory, to the 2014 Bomb Pop jersey. The designs have a history of mixed reactions. Compared to the more relatively outlandish designs in the past, the design for the 2022 edition is much more restrained, but it's not enough for many fans and team members. Sports journalist Doug McIntyre believes that the true fate of the jerseys depends on how the team performs on the big day, but the jersey might not be as unfamiliar to many fans as they seem to be. It is not a coincidence that the jerseys seem to be taking inspiration from the ones in other sports, especially with the Football World Cup falling in the NFL season, with the swoosh element appearing on the sleeves with a solid chest area. Nike's creative executive and one of the brains behind the design, Rolando Cruz. One of the most noticeable aspects of the kit design is the large US badge above the heart near the neckline, which was, according to Cruz, we went to the rulebook and we said what's the largest crest that FIFA will allow us to put on this kit, and we did that. While the fans may love or hate the jersey, they know they will never have a say in its design, unlike the players themselves. As developers of Team USA's kit, the manufacturer also checked the opinion of the players in the team. However, those camps took place in Los Angeles, right in the middle of the worst days of the pandemic, and many players, like Musa, McKennie, and others, missed because of their engagement with European clubs. Cruz has also acknowledged that American sports culture has been a factor in their choices. We started looking at classic American jerseys across different sports for inspiration. We were really drawn into this idea of sports culture in the country. It's no surprise because Nike has won over NFL team sponsorships too, and according to a survey, nearly 75% of the brand consumers engage with the NFL. Why would a brand not capitalize that target market as an asset for soccer?